about MS Dhoni, his batting position in IPL 26, or he will play as an impact player this season.
I think they have an option of doing that, but I'd see him playing at number 7 or 8.
And how long he will play now?
I don't think anybody knows the answer to that. I think they're all guessing.
And sir, what is your viewpoint on Cameron Green putting himself in the batting pool as an all-rounder? He is hoping to be the most expensive, what the internet is saying.
He can bat, maybe he wants to put himself up there first. There's a very, very high probability.
I got to know you're a die-hard Australian fan. How do you feel about on November 1923 when India lost the final?
I had to just support some other team just to be competitive. So I started supporting Australia and that just grew. Obviously, it was good to see Australia win. They won a World Cup. It was good. As an Aussie fan, I enjoyed it.
Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, the 14-year-old sensation.
He's been playing really well. He's been able to hit high-quality attacks. Mohammad Siraj against GT with bright future, I must say.
KKR Coaching, it has been in talks recently.
Always one coach might get priority over the other coach. I think England faced that issue.
The most expensive overseas players in IPL 26 auction. Most expensive Indian player. Top 3 players from Smat or Ranji. And one completely unexpected pick nobody is talking.
Ben Duckett.
Hello and welcome to the first edition of the Sportsdunia podcast series, SD Dugout. Today we have our first guest, somebody who lives and breathes cricket data and strategy. Please welcome Gaurav Sundararaman. He is one of the sharpest minds in the cricket analytics. Welcome Gaurav, we are really excited to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, Pranrit. Good to be here.
Likewise, sir. So, Gaurav, I want to begin by going back to the roots. Why cricket analytics as a career?
Yeah, so it's a funny story. I didn't set out to make this a career. So, like most people, I was cricket crazy. I used to watch a lot of cricket. I used to spend a lot of time watching cricket. I used to read newspapers, note down scores. There was no internet at that time to see live scores and follow videos, see highlights. So I used to wait till the night to catch up on some of the highlights. And I wanted to become a journalist actually, Prasveet, because that was a job which all of us aspired to be. It was easy to watch the games and cover the games as a career, and that's what I aspired to be. It so happened that a lot of luck, being at the right place at the right time, I ended up getting into cricket in 2011, and luckily there's been no looking back.
So I came across your Instagram post about San Francisco Unicorns. You worked with them. So I think your life came in the loop as you were inspired by the movie Moneyball. So can you share about that?
Yeah, so I think it was 2011 or 2010. I think 2011 was when Moneyball, the movie, came. And I read the book as well. It's a story about how a bunch of analysts and basically the coach tried to unearth some gems using data because they didn't have the kind of money to buy the big players. And that was a very inspiring movie, and I always thought that I wanted to do that. And that is basically the movie is based on a team called Oakland A's, called Oakland Athletics, and they play their home games at the Oakland Coliseum. So, and the San Francisco Unicorns also play their one of their home venues is the Oakland Coliseum. So just going back to that stadium was a surreal experience.
Okay. So you had plenty of experience working at ESPN Cricinfo, right? And you shifted to, after working that, you shifted to franchise cricket in IPL, SA20, CPL. So can you tell me more about that journey?
So before ESPN, I was actually doing this, Pranveet. Between 2011 and 2015, I was actually working with a company called Sports Mechanics, and they were the pioneers in this space. And I was working for them. I was leading the analytics division. So I used to help create reports and share reports with everybody and stuff, with all the teams. And then I moved to broadcasting. I wanted to see how broadcasting works. And then I moved from broadcasting back to again working with IPL teams. I obviously know someone who has worked with, who's working in the Sunrisers franchise. So he had asked me if I was interested in joining there, and I thought about it. I thought it was a good change at that point in time. So they obviously own another franchise in South Africa as well. So it kind of made sense to have a year-long role, and I moved there and I worked there for 3 years. So that's how that move happened. So I'm one of the few people to have actually worked in broadcast as well as go work in with teams.
Okay, so that was nice, sir. And you have also worked with Netherlands cricket team during World Cup 23, and Netherlands won against South Africa and Bangladesh during the World Cup. So, what was your role in that, and how do you see sports staff in associate teams? And like recently, Gary Christian become the consultant coach of Namibia for the T20 World Cup.
So that's again a good question. So associate teams actually require analysts more because they will like to take any edge they have against the opposition. Skill wise, they may not be able to compete with the best, but at least from a mental state wise, from a acumen wise, tactical acumen wise, they can definitely compete. So it was a very good role in the sense that I was helping one of the coaches. The head coach of Netherlands was also the assistant coach of the Sunrisers franchise. So I had a good rapport with him. So it was we kind of understood each other and what each team wants. So it was more like a remote role, just trying to help them out. So Netherlands were a team which is very meticulously prepared. They prepare themselves very well. They do they focus and they do a very good job. So it is very useful. So we were able to go into a lot of clients. In fact, one of the plans was to open with a bunch of spinners against South Africa because both I think Bikok and Temba Bauma were struggling against spin. So they actually did that, and they did a pretty good job in that. Then they took Sri Lanka pretty close. They beat Bangladesh. So it was a very good experience. It's sometimes rewarding to work with associate teams because they want your inputs a lot more.
Like I remember they also started with a spin against India also in Bengaluru.
Yeah.
Like they also like put a great fight against India also.
I don't know whether you call that fight, but yeah, they were pretty. They tried their best, and they give it all, and they try to take whatever help they can to make their team win.
Okay. So let's shift to the most favorite part of the cricket fans, IPL auction, and it's almost near the corner. So what does auction preparation actually look like from your side? Like being the performance analyst, working with the team.
So it requires a lot of things, Pranveed. It's not just 2-3 days before the auction. It happens through the year. We try to follow as many tournaments as possible, and we try to identify talent in various ways. Each analyst has their own way of identifying talent. If they feel strongly about somebody, then if they feel strongly, they'll try to recommend that. So one aspect is scouting talent. The other aspect is identifying what gaps we have and what other teams also want, which are the players they are also likely to target, which player is likely to get a bidding war, which other team is likely to get a particular player. So all of these are pretty important, and all of this is something which an analyst does through the year. And above all, obviously handling your budget, making sure you have enough money to pick up the players you want. That is another aspect of work. So basically you have to follow cricket. You need to know about every player, what are strengths, weaknesses, understand whether they fit into your team or not, and then try to work around it.
So you had a part in scouting also.
Yeah.
Okay, nice, sir. And like, how does auction room war plan go? Like working behind the scenes, auction room plan, like where Dinesh Karthik and other key members were discussing about the strategies like they will be moving into the auction.
So obviously each team has its own style. Each team has its own strength. So some teams take a lot of time. They discuss for a lot of time. the planning happens over 10, 12 days. Some teams do it for just 2, 3 days. So I think it's again what the team needs at that point in time. For example, in this big auction, this mini auction which is coming up, a team like Mumbai Indians have just 2.75 crores. So they can't really, it's pretty straightforward. They'll have like 10, 12 players in their shortlist, and they'll pick whoever they feel like who comes in their budget. So so it's important that you strategize that, and each strategy is different, each player is different, each coach is different. They'll have their own style. It's your job it's basically the analyst job to kind of facilitate whatever the coaches want and to make informed decision.
Okay. And so what is your viewpoint on like Cameron Green putting himself in the batting pool as an all-rounder? Like he is hoping to be the most expensive, like what the internet is saying.
No, I think it is his own view. He can bat, maybe he wants to put himself up there first, or maybe he says that he's not going to bowl this time. We don't know. But there's a very, very high probability that he'll be the most expensive player.
Okay. And what are your views on like the KKR coaching? Like they have been evolved from changing all the coaching staff, from being the head coach, becoming the Abhishek Nair. They brought Andre Russell as a power coach. We got Tim Southee as a bowling coach, and Dwayne Brown also the coaching setup also.
Again, all these are very common. Every team has a lot of coaches, and every team will find some value for having these players. Even if they help like one player develop, it's a big win. And having such inspirational figures in the dressing room will also help. So each team has different philosophies. It's like without actually working with any of them, it's hard to comment whether what they offer, what they do on a day-to-day basis. But every team has a bunch of ideologies and philosophies, and they want to live by it. So KKR have generally been pretty, I would say, they have a strong side. They have have a lot of loyalty. Abhishek Nair has been with them for a long time. So I think rightfully he's got that role.
Okay, so let's come to the SRH, where you have worked for 3 years, almost 3 years to be precise. And what happened like in the failing in the exhibition like around 22, 23 and bouncing back in 24, like reaching the finals and changing the whole brand of cricket of explosive nature?
Yeah, I think full credit has to go to Coach Vettori. I think he was the person who kind of pioneered that. And it, obviously the whole team had to follow. You need to have such players, and I think he played a massive role in that. So full props to him to get this up and running, and he deserves all the credit for that. So the fact that people are able to execute that is very good.
So like what the strategy was behind picking a young 17-year-old boy Sarfaraz Khan in the IPL, like, and that too in like a team of big players?
So I think he was retained, if I remember right, or he was picked in the auction. I'm not too sure.
So what was your role in RCB during that time?
No, it was just a standby for in 2015 there was a World Cup going on at the same time. So I was obviously deputed to do the auction with the team, and I went for the auction, and I worked behind the scenes to help them buy all the players or whatever, but it was only an auction assignment.
That was great, sir. It would have been a great experience for you.
Yeah.
And where do you see Sarfaraz Khan right now, like for this auction? He went unsold last year, and he has been performing well in SMAT also.
He's definitely, I'm guessing he might have some takers if people feel that he's up this game. He's a 360-degree player. He can hit shots all around. So he might get some interest.
Okay. Sir, so we'll talk about Abhishek Sharma. I think SRH gave him the breakthrough in his career. I think it was, I guess, late 21, season of 21, when he was given the opening slot, and permanent slot was given from 22 season, and he has been continuing from that. So was that really career defining? As what is your viewpoint on that?
He's a very talented player. Actually, he started off in Delhi in 2018, I think.
Yes, I remember.
And then he moved to SRH by a trade, and then he's been with SRH. He's obviously been juggling positions also. He started off as a middle order batsman and then he moved to an opener. Then even then 1 year he was in the middle order, and then I think once he started playing well with Travis Head, they kind of clicked well and things changed up. Things changed in the way he was playing and stuff. So I think he's a very, very talented kid, hardworking kid, and I'm sure he has great mentors or helping him. So kudos to him. Hopefully he can continue the success for India as well.
And do you see his future in all three formats of the cricket?
Definitely. See, you can't rule out any player, but as it stands, T20 and ODIs, obviously he has a higher probability. Test cricket might take some time, but he has the game for sure.
Yeah, but like just we see stats of his in Ranji Trophy, like he has the caliber to do in Test cricket also.
100%.
Sir, the next will be the Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, the 14-year-old sensation. Where do you see him in next 5 years?
Surely he'll play for India. At least the white ball format, he's kind of ready to play for India. He's been playing really well. He's been able to hit high quality attacks like Rashid Khan, Mohammad Siraj against GT when he scored that century. He has a bright future, I must say.
So you have worked with Travis Head like for the couple of years, I guess. And what is his strategy in the disruptive gameplay?
You're asking me questions which are very hard for me to answer because these are all player-centric things. You don't. Travis Head and all are players who are very high quality, and they're players who are really good, talented. They were very hardworking. They have a lot of experience. So they just see the ball. They know if it's in the right place, they hit it. So they have a very, very strong belief in their ability, and it kind of works for them. A very, very nice person to work with, and you don't have much to actually say to him.
Okay. And sir, is there any cricketer you feel had skill but never got opportunities like they deserve?
Yeah. I think there are thousands of cricketers like that, right? India, especially in I would say, especially in a country like India where there's so much talent around, there's so many cricketers who want to make it big, but only 11 or 12 can play for the national team, and with IPL team, it's obviously a few more players can come. So I'm sure there are a lot of players like that. There's so many. If you watch the domestic season, you'll see every year, time and again, some player doing well. There's a good story about Jared Saxena, how well he is played. He's taken so many wickets, but he's not been able to break through. So he's just one example, but there are a lot of players like that.
Okay, yeah. And sir, what is your viewpoint on split coaching? Like it has been in talks recently.
See, I think with the way the schedule is, it's not a bad option. Most teams are trying to do that, but there are challenges with that approach. Like always, one coach might get priority over the other coach. I think England faced that issue. So some teams will, if say a ODI World Cup is coming up, the Test match coach may not get the players. If the players playing all format, they might be resting some series. So having one coach helps the communication be more consistent. I think there's no right or wrong, but the way the workload is scheduled is today, it just makes sense to have maybe two different coaches, or maybe you have one head coach, but you have one more person who is very close to being a head coach, trying to do other formats, so that the main head coach can also take a break.
Okay. So like, do you see this kind of thing in Indian cricket teams in near future?
Yeah, why not? It's something which they've never done, but there's no. I don't think there's anything wrong in giving that a shot.
Okay. And where Indian cricket team is lacking, like after losing their home dominance, like in recent years only.
See, I think it's a lot of experience which is missing. If you see the South Africa series, they didn't have a lot of experience. Young people, obviously they're learning. Maybe ability to play spin in tough conditions, and that's something which all teams struggle with. So maybe India, the expectation is that India to do well with that. I'm hoping that I think with more experience they'll get better. Very very talented team, very very good set of players. I think in matter of time before they kind of do well, and they were also been I would say a bit unlucky with the toss at times in certain pitches. So yeah, pretty much that's what I would think, that if they can just get some experience, they'll get a lot better.
Okay. And sir, about MS Dhoni, like, what is your viewpoint on his batting position in IPL 26? Or he will play as an impact player this season?
I think they have an option of doing that, but I'd see him playing at number 7 or 8, his usual position. We don't know how his knees are, etc. But now they have a backup with Sanju Sunset, so he can afford to play as an impact player as well.
And how long he will play now?
I don't think anybody knows the answer to that. I think we're all guessing. Only he knows the answer to that.
Yes. So, and recently, like, many players are preferring PSL over IPL. So, like, do you have anything in the mind about that? Like, where they're doing that?
I don't think anybody, it's not like that. I think it's a bunch of things. If they feel they may not get the prize in the IPL, they're better off playing some other league, right? I think it's a natural decision by any player. They wouldn't look to just imagine putting their name, they don't get a bid here, they don't get a bid there. They feel that they're not going to get the bid, they may not play.
Okay. And sir, how do you see Australian centric approach, being die-hard Australian fan?
Again, I've only interacted with a few Aussie players, and all of them are like, obviously, I think these are all perceptions. It's not like the Indian players or New Zealand players are less competitive or less. I think all these things are narratives bound from results, right? Because they win some key matches, people think like that. I think every player wants to win. I would say maybe they are more from the outside. It looks like they're. I think maybe they handle pressure much better.
Okay. So, sir, as I researched about you and I got to know you're a die-hard Australian fan.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about on November 1923 when India lost the final?
See, Australia supported because of a different reason. Like when I was young, my brother supported India, so I had to just support some other team just to be competitive. So I started supporting Australia, and that just grew. Obviously, it was good to see Australia win, but it was also disappointing that, I think there was a lot of expectation about India that particular game, and that India won the next 2 ICC tournaments also after that. So they must be in good shape. Australia generally, I just like supporting because been supporting them from a very young age. Just a very, it's a big coincidence, but yeah, I got lucky that they win more than they lose.
But so what about November 19th?
Yeah, they won a World Cup. It was good. As a Aussie fan, I enjoyed it.
So the next thing I will be focusing on where the Northeast cricketers are lacking. Like, they are not getting the mainstream support they deserve. Like, recently, Akash Chaudhary smashed 6 sixes in Ranji Trophy.
So, again, if you're very talented, you're skilled, I don't see any issue for any player to play for India. I don't think it depends on if they're really good, they will definitely get an opportunity. And now we have, they're all part of the entire domestic system. And if there are some good players, they will stand out. You will find scouts looking at them. So I think now they have good opportunity. Maybe they need to play against stronger teams more to see if they're able to compete. I think it will happen. It's just a matter of time.
Okay. So, I want to know about some players from you. So, Sunny Sandhu, like from Tamil Nadu, right? And Ashwin has recently tweeted about him, like to look for in auction.
Good player, good all-rounder. He can swing the ball early on, and he's a good hitter. So yeah, good talent. He did well in TNPL as well.
Somewhere in IPL, the team will pick him?
I guess so. Somebody will pick him. I'm guessing, yes.
Any guesses, sir?
Couple of teams I can see: Mumbai, maybe Gujarat.
Okay. So, And another player is Nikhil Chaudhary.
It's an interesting one. I don't know how scouts perceive him. He's a good talent. He can bowl leg spin and bat. Yeah, maybe Punjab can pick him. He's played for Punjab earlier, so
Yeah. And so another player, Sanveer Singh. He was in SRH and recently he's been doing good in SMAT.
very good talent. Very good talent. Hopefully, some team picks him.
So do you think like he got lesser opportunities in NPL?
It's very difficult. Not everybody can get the opportunities, right? You have a team of 11 or 12 only. A good player. Hopefully, if he finds a team wherever he goes, if he can get more games to prove, any player will always prefer. So let's see.
And Harsh Dubey, sir, he has been doing recently in domestic or in India APAC.
A good player. He's already playing for SRH, so I'm sure hopefully he gets games.
So will he be getting more games this season or getting the more chances as compared to the earlier ones?
Yeah, things were okay.
And sir, what about Shashank Singh? He was in SRH and being dropped and being picked by Punjab, and he did very well for them.
A great player. He's done very well. He's doing very well for Punjab, and hopefully he continues. And if he has one more good season, maybe he can try to get into the Indian team as well.
Okay. And sir, did you see Arshdeep Singh in red ball cricket? Like he was in squad and like he didn't get any chance.
He did play for. He did have a county stint, I think, with Ken. Not sure, and he did a good job. So again, definitely left arm angle helps. He has the skill, especially in certain countries where the ball swings much more. He could be very handy.
Okay. And so, what is your viewpoint on like how well Indian cricket ecosystem has been evolved and doing good to help the Indian cricket team giving the all kind of pitches here only so that they can do well overseas also?
No, I think they're great. The Indian cricket is one of the strongest. Both the foundation is one of the best. We can't question the commitment, the systems, the infrastructure. Everything India is number one. I think we have great talent. We just have to make sure that everybody is, even the backing, everybody is nurtured well. And I'm sure they're very confident that we are already a world beater. We'll be more consistent, I think, moving forward.
Okay. And so, can you tell us a story about your Instagram post of meeting MS Dhoni as a fan in 2006 and after taking the interview of him?
So, 2006 was obviously just as a fan. I got access to, they were practicing in Chennai and I got to just take a photo. And in 2015, we had to teach Tamil to Dhoni because he was a brand ambassador of Tamil Nadu Premier League. He had just come there and we had to just teach him one line. I got the rare opportunity and he spoke about it. It was obviously a big moment to kind of see someone whom you have followed and just as a fan of the player. So it was pretty good and I definitely enjoyed that moment. It was a moment which I cherished all my life.
So what was your experience with him, like interacting with him?
I didn't interact much. I had to teach him a few lines. I was there with him for about 5-10 minutes. We didn't talk any cricket or anything. So it was just basic interaction, giving him a brief of what has to be done next.
Okay. And the same thing about Michael Hissey also.
Yeah, Azzi again, great player, great person to work with. Worked with him at ESPN. Amazing human being. And I enjoyed working and talking cricket with them.
Where do you see like RCB hosting the matches for this year? Like they're having a lot of debate about the Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Not sure yet. I think the news has not come out. Maybe Bangalore, maybe Pune, maybe Indore, Vizag. They have some options. They have to pick and choose. We'll wait and see.
Okay, and even Rajasthan was also looking for the Pune as their home ground.
So they have to decide.
Yeah,
we have to decide whether it's Pune or Bangalore. Not yet confirmed.
Okay. So we'll move to the rapid fire round.
Sure.
So the most expensive overseas players in IPL 26 auction.
I think Cap Green, Liam Livingston.
Okay. And most expensive Indian player.
Venkatesh Iyer.
Okay. And top 3 players from SMAT or Ranji who can spark the bidding cause.
I think Ashok Sharma, Kartik Sharma, and maybe Akib Nabi.
And one completely unexpected pick, like nobody is talking.
Ben Duckett.
And which team will build all-round squad?
All teams will do that.
Nice answer, sir. Okay, and early prediction: who will win IPL 26?
I just have to throw one name out of 10 names. I think without seeing the squad and all, is very hard to predict. Every year is different, so I think I will leave my prediction for now. Maybe after the squads come, I can have a better idea.
But sir, any name, any one name.
You can't now, without having any proper information, without knowing the squad, it's impossible to predict.
Okay. And so, overrated player in this auction, like who will go for the overpriced?
Again, doesn't mean that the player is bad. There are a lot of players who might get overpriced because the two teams want a player that they will go. They might be overpriced. So, I think there are going to be a lot of players who might be overpriced, but that's just the nature of a small auction.
Okay. And one value for money signing who will surprise everyone.
Maybe Prithvi Shaw.
Thank you for your insights. It was a wonderful discussion. It was so nice to have you on this today. On to Kimmel.
Thank you, Pranveer. Thanks a lot, Sportsdunia, for having me. Thank you.
To all the listeners, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to follow Sportsdunia for yet another podcast like this. This is Pranveer Singh signing off. See you in next episode.